Acyl chlorides. Acyl chlorides are more reactive carboxylic acid derivatives, and therefore it can be converted into other less reactive carboxylic acid derivatives. For example, it can react with alcohol to give us ester, and it can react with water to give us carboxylic acid, and it can react with amine or ammonia to give us the amides. In the case of amines, we have to definitely take two equivalents of amine so as to proceed with the products. Let's take a look into the mechanism. The mechanism is going to follow the general mechanism for nucleophilic addition elimination reaction of carboxylic acid derivatives. So first, to begin with, the alcohol is going to act as a nucleophile here. Alcohol, with its lone pair of electrons present on oxygen, is going to make a nucleophilic attack on this electrophilic carbon, and the electrons and the pi electrons are going to shift it onto this oxygen, thereby forming the tetrahedral intermediate. Now, once the tetrahedral intermediate is formed, it needs to undergo deprotonation because we definitely need to remove this hydrogen in order to make the reaction go forward, right? So for this, we are going to use a base which goes and abstracts this hydrogen, thrusts these electrons onto oxygen, thereby forming the actual tetrahedral intermediate. And once the tetrahedral intermediate forms, the electrons from the oxygen is going to thrust it back in to form the double bond. And since Cl- is the weaker base here, it's going to leave from the system to give us the ester. When acid chlorides are converted into amides, we always needed to use two equivalents of amine or ammonia. Now the reason here is when you try to look into the products that are obtained, you can see that HCl is liberated. HCl is going to react with ammonia or amine to give the corresponding salt. Here in this case, it's going to be ammonium chloride. Since all of these ammonia has been reacted with HCl to give us ammonium chloride, there is not going to be any further ammonia that will be available for the nucleophilic attack. So it is always recommended that you use more than one equivalent of the amine or ammonia for the conversion of acid chloride into the corresponding amide.